I mean, the reason I hadn't heard about it was because it was a subject that had been tucked away, and it's just not discussed. It's taboo, and but it's a very serious subject. 22 veterans kill themselves every day because of post-traumatic stress.
The statistics, I mean, it's an epidemic, you know, and it's our job, it's our responsibility as a country to take the time to understand this and to educate ourselves. And that's what we hope to do with Thunder Road.
And we want the men and women coming home to know that you are not alone and that we are fighting for you.
Thousands of people living amongst us feel alone in their experiences, disconnected from the same basic human interactions that we enjoy every day. Love, affection, compassion, joy.
You make me happy when skies are
Ordinary people like you and me, who have been tested to the extremes of their physical and psychological limits, are in more danger of dying on their own home soil than in the war zones they just left. In previous wars, we referred to it as shell shock. We know it as PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
My name is Stephen Graham, and I, along with my friends Matt Dallas and Charlie Bewley, set out to find answers to this growing epidemic. What we discovered was truly astounding, defying our own beliefs and assumptions. From the very first veteran that we met, we knew there was no turning back.
I've seen the struggles with PTSD. I live the struggles with PTSD every day. And I've seen friends lose that struggle.
Just because we leave the battlefield doesn't mean it leaves us. It follows us. And, I'm going to be fighting that battle until the day I die.
There are over 2.3 million American veterans of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, and at least 20 to 30% of these veterans returning home have PTSD and/or depression. Military counselors are saying that that's just what's being reported and that the number is actually much higher. Rates for post-traumatic stress disorder amongst veterans of these wars is greater than any other prior conflict.
We now know it as post-traumatic stress disorder, and we also know that there are soldiers now all over the world, here in the United States and in the United Kingdom, who are returning from combat zones with a serious condition of post-traumatic stress disorder.
The U.S. military has confirmed that the military suicide rate hit a record high in 2012. More than 349 active duty soldiers took their own lives across the 4 branches. That's one every 25 hours. That's more than the number of soldiers killed in combat while serving during Operation Enduring Freedom that very same year. Advocates fear that the military suicide rate will climb in the coming years as more troops return home from Afghanistan. We've asked too much of too few for too long. And this is a conversation that the country needs to have. It's not just a military issue.
How can we the people not know about this? Well, it's easy with so many distractions.
You'll forever remember that. The coolest spot to fish, you'll forever remember that.
World domination next? I mean, what is it going to be? Maybe.
But we have the power to change this.
Thunder Road is the first film for this generation that truly explores the psychological repercussions of war and lifts the veil on PTSD, bringing it into the public forum. It is a story about ordinary people in the most extraordinary circumstances, how they cope, and how they overcome.
This is a call to action. During the course of our campaign, approximately 900 veterans and active duty soldiers will have taken their own lives. We have the power to create change, to start the social dialogue. In one click, you can be part of a movement to free PTSD. In one click, you can save a life. The time is now. But we need your help. If we don't make our fundraising goal, this epidemic will remain in the shadows.